Nowadays, technology rules our life. Technology has risen in the market in a relatively short period of time, and many people now cannot picture their lives without it. To know how we got from the dark ages to where we are today, you must first grasp how technology evolves and why it counts. Welcome to Tech Heaven, and in this video we'll see the history and evolution of technology. Let's start with the Neolithic period, 12,000 to 15,000 years ago. Humans invented some important technologies throughout the Neolithic period, such as agriculture, animal farming, and harvesting techniques. People began to live in huge groups, laying the groundwork for modern society. Mud and clay were utilized to construct buildings and towns. Humans produced textiles from animal skin and fur during the Neolithic period. Copper and Bronze Age, 6000 BC. The Copper and Bronze Ages were a time of enormous technological advancement. Humans began to mine metals such as copper and bronze to make tools. Humans were able to build more accurate, polished, and exact-shaped mechanical implements because of copper smelting technology. Iron Age, 1200 BC to 2000 BC. During this time period, the introduction of iron ore smelting and forging technology enabled us to create more efficient, lighter, stronger, and cheaper tools and weapons, thus replacing bronze and copper tools. Mesopotamia, 800 to 1800 BC. Mesopotamia was the first to discover wheels. Mesopotamia was the first to develop writing practices. Mesopotamia witnessed tremendous technological achievements such as the first genuine arc structure, water transportation, and irrigation, among other things. Mesopotamia was the birthplace of true civilization. The Roman Empire, 25 BC to 390 AD. During this time, a significant technological advancement was made. Because of great engineering and scientific understanding, the Roman Empire was economically developed and productive. Some important Roman inventions include concrete, glass blowing, dams, reservoirs, and improved building technologies. Some Roman structures can still be found today. 18th and 19th century, the era of modern technology. The first industrial revolution, fueled by the invention of the steam engine in the early 18th century, established an important goal for modern technical growth. Significant technological advances occurred in the 18th century. The 19th century also saw the birth of one of the most significant technological advances of the modern period, the advent of computers, which ushered in the age of digitalization. The advancement of rocket science has sent a man in space, and mankind has been able to land on the moon for the first time. The development of the internet and the World Wide Web in the late 19th century gave rise to the term global village, bringing communities closer together than ever before. By the way, if you're watching us for the first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can enjoy our future videos while getting updated. Getting back to the topic, let's have a look at some of the most significant technological developments of this time period. Several inventions were introduced during the first industrial revolution. Coal and other minerals were utilized to generate a large portion of the industry's energy. The textile sector kicked off the Industrial Revolution when manufacturing methods transitioned from hand to machine manufacture. Steam-powered locomotives revolutionized mobility and paved the way for railway transit. Evolution of technology in communication, 1831. The invention of the electric telegraph in 1831 marked the beginning of a major technological shift. In the 19th century, revolution was accomplished through the use of electrical engineering. As a result, digital methods have become the primary tools of commerce, communication, education, and many other fields. The invention of the photographic camera by Joseph Nicephore Niepce in the early 1820s demonstrated a new method in optical technology. Photography's invention altered culture and communication in society. The invention of the automobile, 1880. The invention of the vehicle is largely regarded as one of the most important technological breakthroughs in human history. An internal combustion engine powered the first vehicle. Since then, automobiles have had an impact on social, cultural, and economic attitudes. The invention of the telephone, 1849. When the telephone was created in 1849, it was the major technological breakthrough. The telephone took nearly 50 years to create. One of the most significant turning moments in the history of technology occurred in 1973, when Motorola created the first phone. Motorola has started a chain reaction. Apple's innovation in the smartphone market began with Steve Jobs' hands. The smartphone industry is constantly altering the game in the smart domain. Second Industrial Revolution, 1860 to 1930. New industries evolved during the Second Industrial Revolution, and mass manufacturing changed industrial production. It helped to pave the path for rapid industrialization. Numerous technological advancements were carried out in the steel, petroleum, chemical, and electrical industries. The invention of airplanes, 1904. Humans have always wished to be able to fly across the sky. When the Wright brothers flew the first plane in 1905, the aerospace industry experienced significant technological advancements. Airplanes have allowed us to go to previously inaccessible locations. The invention of the computer, 1930. What began as a calculating gadget is today recognized as a fundamental breakthrough in modern human civilization. The computer business has undergone tremendous technological developments since the release of the first computing device, ENIAC. Computers can handle numerous jobs at once. Supercomputers can conduct complex and essential functions in a matter of seconds. Future trends of technological evolution. In the 20th century, the legacy of technical advancement was considered as having no limitations. Technology is becoming more sophisticated and advanced in comparison to earlier generations. From the early ancient period through the modern day, the advancement of technology has driven the potential for establishing a knowledge-based society. From the economy to education and healthcare, technology has ensured long-term development. New technological breakthroughs have ushered in the contemporary era. People are adopting cutting-edge technologies to improve their daily lives, which they just cannot do without. All of this is now achievable as a result of technological advancement. Here are some of the most recent trends in futuristic technology. Internet, 1947. Since the mid-19th century, in 1974, internet connectivity has had a revolutionary impact. People may now speak with others from anywhere in the world thanks to achievements in internet technology. Globalization is being led by the internet. Various new enterprises and concepts have emerged as a result of the internet, and this trend is expected to continue. Industry 4.0. Digitalization is the fourth industrial revolution's motto. Smart factories have evolved in the 21st century. These factories are highly automated and technologically superior. Artificial intelligence 2017. Artificial intelligence will be able to perceive emotion in the same way that humans and animals do. It is, however, still in the birthing position. The AlphaGo team declared in 2017 that it will be a world-class Go player at all times since it has AI. 5G networks 2019. Superfast internet bandwidth will be provided through 5G. Users will be able to download big files from the internet in seconds, up to 10 gigabytes per second. Fifth-generation cellular networking technology is used in 5G. Unmanned autonomous vehicle. Vehicles will be able to drive themselves in the near future. Autonomous technology and artificial intelligence (AI) will allow the car to make decisions and aid in driving without violating any traffic laws and avoiding accidents. Virtual reality. Virtual reality appears to be a technology right out of science fiction. Virtual reality creates a simulated environment that might be similar to or entirely distinct from reality. It has the potential to be utilized for training, entertainment, and education. We live in a technology age, and we can't ignore how far we've come just because of technological innovation. Technology is now something we take for granted on a daily basis. Technology is continuously evolving, and it can feel like an impossible task to keep up with a moving target. Remember that keeping current with technology provides value to your company. Staying relevant ensures that you don't miss out on chances, become irrelevant, or lag behind your competition. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. Which phase of evolution do you like the most? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.